Good morning and Merry Christmas, everyone. My name is Matt. I'm one of the pastors from Coopers Plains Evangelical Church, and I want to welcome you to our live stream celebration of Christmas together. Wherever you are, I pray that this Christmas season will be a chance for you to delight in the news that God so loved the world that he sent his one and only Son into it to save it. Now, over the past few weeks, our young adults here at church have been getting together to film and direct and to give a very modern take on the story that led up to the birth of Jesus Christ. And they've put that here together for us to enjoy together. So, enjoy.
Hi, this is Joseph, and we're getting married. Having a baby, and now...
We're going to Bethlehem because of Caesar's decree.
It's just all so much. We're struggling to hold everything together, and It's
okay, Mary, it's okay. Planning a wedding is no small task, but add on top of that a miraculous pregnancy and a 4-day road trip, it's a lot.
Joseph, we need to organise the flower arrangements. Do you not even care?
Mary, I do care, but we have a lot on our plate right now. Can we just use those flowers?
No, they're disgusting. I want frangipanis or roses. Do you see the difference?
Yes, dear. They're the same flower.
Joseph, what are you doing? We need to figure out our guest list, who's sitting next to who, whether if Auntie Josephine is going to be sitting next to Uncle Levi, but after that cow incident, I don't think they're even talking to each other anymore.
Mary, we're leaving for Bethlehem in 2 days. Can the guest list just wait?
Can you believe this guy? No!
Mary, we need to leave now or else we will miss the census.
Yeah, because dragging a pregnant woman across the country is such a great idea.
It's not like I have a choice.
Maybe if you plan better, we wouldn't be rushing like this.
It was a lot, and we were very stressed.
But it got worse. A lot worse. This was a mistake. We should have stayed home. Who cares about a stupid census?
It's the law, Mary. What do you want me to do? Write a strongly worded letter to Caesar?
No, Joseph. I want you to listen. I want you to listen for once. I'm tired and I'm carrying the literal Son of God. The least you can do is pretend to understand how hard this is for me.
I think this isn't hard for me either. I'm trying my best here, but it seems like no matter what I do, it isn't good enough for you.
No, Joseph. This isn't good enough. It's never good enough. We're trying to prepare for the Messiah, and we're here off to the side of the road arguing about travel plans and flowers.
I'm scared too, Mary, but I'm trying my best. This is bigger than all of us. I don't know how to handle it either.
I feel like we're falling apart before we even begin.
I know, but we won't. We can't. I'm supposed to protect Mary and the baby, but most days it feels like I'm failing them both.
This is also very kind of you, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Of course, friends and family are always welcome. Stay as long as you want.
Yes, thank you, but I'm afraid we can't stay long. The road to Bethlehem itself is long and, well, time is short.
Joseph, please, I'm so exhausted. I feel like as soon as I stand up, I'm going to collapse. I wish he would just learn to read the room for once.
Read the room? Did she really say that? I'm a carpenter, not a mind reader. Come to think of it, I can't even read at all. Mary, I'm not saying we can't rest. I'm just saying we can't dally here long. We need to get to Bethlehem.
I get it, Joseph, I get it. But can we just not talk about the trip for a bit, please?
I'm sorry, Mary.
Sorry too.
Mary, Joseph, I know you're stressed, but Don't you remember why you're doing this in the first place?
Who are you?
Greetings, O favoured one, the Lord be with you. Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favour with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus.
How can this be so? I'm a virgin.
The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. Therefore, the child to be born will be called Holy, the Son of God.
I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled. This was it. This was what it was all about.
Yep. That moment when we were all here, it felt surreal.
I'm glad we made it here, and I'm glad we remembered why we did this in the first place.
So am I, dear. So am I. All the stress and all our petty problems, we made this about ourselves, didn't we?
Yeah, we really forgot what this was all about.
God cared so much for us that he sent his only son into our world.
To guide us, lead us, save us.
Emmanuel, God with us.
He loved us. He always has and always will.
And now his son is here to save us, all of us.
Joseph dear, what do you suppose will happen next?
Not certain, but I can't help but feel that it'll be the greatest thing that's ever happened to our world.
You know, dear, I think I might have to agree with you.
Well, thank you so much, team, for that very modern take on the Christmas story. And what a fearsome Mary we just saw. Well, friends, I wanted to just take a moment to say a few words about Christmas. Because even though we just saw a very imagined take on Mary and Joseph stressing about traveling, about making wedding plans and all the rest, you know what, I reckon we can all turn Christmas into something of a burn of stress and anxiety like that. I mean, there's so much to do, isn't there? I mean, this morning already, maybe you've been opening gifts. You've been hoping that that gift that you got someone was just perfect for them. Maybe you're preparing lunch. Maybe you're wanting that the seafood would be nice and fresh, or that the roast would be just perfect. You see, the thing is, Christmas is such a busy time of year, and yet we can very much easily forget the whole reason for the season, that this is all about the birth of the Messiah. You see, even in the Christmas story itself, it's very much a story about people looking past their fears and their anxieties to remember what it's all about. Remember that God is with us. You see, that message comes about the birth of a miraculous child, a son born of the Most High, a baby to be called Jesus, because he will save people from their sins. In fact, as it says in Matthew chapter 1, verse 22, all this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. God with us is the meaning of that name, Emmanuel, the name Jesus has given. It's a name to signify that God isn't distant or disconnected or disinterested. He isn't sitting in his cosmic resort up there without really worrying about what's happening here in our world. No, that sign that God is with us shows that, yes, the creator of the universe actually cares about what's going in life for you and I. You see, we live in a world that is so engulfed in darkness and struggle and anxiety, isn't it? A world of loneliness, of stress, depression, financial troubles, relational conflicts. And yes, God cares about that. In fact, the creator of the universe steps into it to experience something of that human frailty, to feel hunger and to thirst, to know what it means to be tired, to experience sorrow and suffering. In Hebrews chapter 4, verse 15, we're reminded, for we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet he did not sin. See, friends, because God is with us, we have an assurance that God cares about our struggles. He is with us in our loneliness, offering comfort. He is with us in our anxiety, offering peace. He is with us in our relational struggles, offering reconciliation. You know, I remember a time when I was little and there was a big summer storm just battering our house, and I was terrified as a young kid. But I remember really just snuggling up to the calm presence of my parents and feeling that everything was going to be okay. As we celebrate Christmas the year, as we celebrate the birth of Jesus, we remember that God in his presence stepped down into our suffering, stepped down into our world and loved us. He loved us. He shone a light into the darkness of our world. So friends, this Christmas, will you embrace the peace and hope that comes from a God who so loved our world that he would step into it? Will you bask in his presence and take comfort in him in all of your struggles, whatever is going on for you in life at the moment? See, we can all be a bearer of that light this Christmas. As we bring Jesus, as we remind each other about what it's all about. It's more than presents and perfect roasts and lunch and all the rest. It's about the God who is with us, the God who cares for us, the God who offers us his presence and his love. Well, thank you for listening, and God bless you. I hope that today is an exciting day of celebration, and might you especially remember that God cares for us. He is with you today. Let me leave you with a song from our music team to try and celebrate all of what this is about, the true meaning of Christmas.